So essentially, if we ever want him to do something not crazy, throw a fat stack of pancakes in front of him and he'll chill. You know, Tweety Bird would be on To Catch a Predator on repeat. It'd be like the only guest appearance that continuously pops up. I don't know if this was established in season 1 and maybe I'm just forgetting, but the idea that Lloyd is obsessed with pancakes might be the funniest thing ever when you think of the implications of potentially stopping the second coming of Satan in the future. Drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here, and Patreon's where you're going to catch my full live reactions and exclusives. So here's the thing, right? I fully believe at some point in the story's run, Lloyd will destroy the universe. Will he potentially repair it just because he gets curious on how to do it? Probably. But this is a kid who, keep in mind, the first 2 episodes of this season went back to the church that he was expelled from because he unleashed demons, somehow gaslit the priests into accepting him back, barged into heaven, beat up one of heaven's angels. Even if this is like the drunk uncle equivalent, you still beat up one of God's chosen ones, and then quit the church. And I think the only time I've seen this kid show that level of enthusiasm to anything that wasn't magic is freaking pancakes. And I'm not gonna say the pancakes didn't look good. They looked damn good. They were some fluffy ass pancakes. But you're telling me that if any of the people who have thrown hands with Lloyd would have done some Bugs Bunny like Looney Tunes level comedy where they just raised up a pile of smoking hot syrupy pancakes, Lloyd would have had his tongue on the floor and they could have just like one tap. If at any point this man starts experimenting with nuclear bomb level magic, fluffy pancakes. All the women in his life, as questionable as they are since they're going after some thick Shota, if they just drizzled themselves with pancakes and syrup, I don't think Lloyd would be able to keep his hands off them. Anyway, so this was kind of like a setup episode. You know, we basically have recruited yet again another little entity to be a part of our crew. If you watched, I think it's the ending song, you knew what the angel was going to look like, since it's like it's one of the shots of both Grim and him sleeping in the bed or whatever. So we got this like Tweety Bird looking monstrosity, and he's just a gooner. Like, that's what he is. Like, we knew that from like the last episode. But the idea of seeing some hard-eyed perverted bird who's like, he, I'm gonna use Lloyd's second body to, you know, take a bath. He's never gonna be able to do anything, so he is essentially harmless, and I think that's what's brilliant about it. You see time and time again these perverted, overly perverted characters who are just creepy and should be on a sex pest list. And this guy's not going to be able to do jack shit. So you end up with this insane comedy because you have Grim, a demonic goat demon who has the most moral compass out of the crew. Because here's the thing. Besides Clifford the big fluffy dog, you have Lloyd, Grim, and Sex Pest. And Grim is the one who has the strongest moral compass out of the 3. And that's funny to me. I just think it's absolutely insane to watch a kid who literally has no interest in pretty much anything just continuously get thrown deeper and deeper into the conspiracy of this world, as you have some demonic priest trying to do some shady shit. So the priest who ends up expelling Lloyd, like before the show like starts or whatever, he's now getting chokeslammed by some abomination. I assume we're gonna fight that guy within the next couple of episodes, and honestly it should be pretty fantastic. And in the middle of all these like crazy things happening, had Lloyd not quit the church and stuck around, he would have been able to deal with this real quick. But, you know, talk about, Lloyd's the type of guy who would sleep with you and leave before you woke up the next morning. Just instead of that, he basically uses you for your magical knowledge and then dips before he can help you in return. So, we have a fun little competition. So, you know, the 3 girls are, well, it's really 2 of them. Ren's kind of like innocent in the whole thing. She does participate, but she's not really like thirsty over who's stronger. But the idea that it's like, okay, who can kill the most ghouls, right? And to be fair, it was pretty evenly split. Ren actually had the jump on them for the most part. That she was always like 1 or 2 ahead. And it was really fun seeing them because, like, in the middle of this, they're all basically competing for Lloyd's love and attention. And he's sitting there like, Did she just coat her weapon with poison? Seriously, if they want to have Lloyd's attention, it's not about anything physical there. It's, hey Lloyd, just jingle some keys. And what jingling keys means is jingling some magical item that's coated in poison. Ooh, I haven't done that before. So then he ends up, you know, making stronger magical weapons than what he initially gives them. It's just really fun seeing it. And then they end the episode with some, I don't even know how to explain it. A part of me feels like it kind of looked like a Dragon Ball character mixed with a Soul Eater character, and they merged into one hybrid abomination. It's pretty cool. I imagine Lloyd's going to be the one to have to fight that, but either way, it's going to be pretty fun to see what they do. I also hope that every season that we get of this show, they just introduce a new little familiar. So in season 1, we start the show off with Grimm, this sheep demonic thing. Season 2, pretty early on, we end up with Tweety Bird, the pervert from heaven. Next season, give me a rat or a bear, I don't care what. Just keep his little collection growing. And honestly, just make it so it's like he's raising an orphanage, but of course Lloyd won't raise shit, and it will be on Grimm's part to keep everyone in check, and that's just kind of funny to me. But yeah, out of all the ways that I thought Lloyd might be able to be defeated someday, which truthfully I didn't think he could, if anything I thought he would defeat himself by killing himself through some experimentation, which still is a possibility. But now all I'm learning is if we just give him a fat stack of pancakes, we unironically could defeat the second coming of Satan. Is there other foods he's like that? Or is it just pancakes? Are pancakes the only magical food? Is he a waffle guy? A cake guy? Like, there's been some... I'm pretty sure we've seen food in this show. I'm speechless, bro. Like, it's such a stupid idea. But because of how stupid it is, it works. Because how would you defeat the kid otherwise? Not that I actually expect the kid to be beaten, because anytime, like, magic is better than his, he ends up learning it and then just beating them anyway. But you can't beat a pancake, bro. Like, we'll be in the middle, like, Lloyd could be having a temper tantrum, like, trying to destroy everything. We serve him up a couple hot stacks of pancakes, he's like, got syrup on those? Shit's funny, man. You let me know what you're thinking down below. We got some arcs being kind of speculated on. You know, we got the priests and everything going on there. But I think the most important thing is the fact that now we got to contemplate how to defeat Lloyd going forward and how many pancakes it would take. I think at least 24 to at least get him to look your way. Thoughts down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. And Patreon is where you're going to catch my full live reactions and exclusives like, hey, I give video shoutouts to all my patrons. So today we got Ben Liu, Eternally Lost, Mauve, Jarl Brawlgrove, and we also have Omar. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you all have a good one.